I found true love today, and it wasn't with another. Abounding love I know today, and it wasn't with the other. It was looking in the mirror when love stared back at me, and I saw a peaceful, loving world that starts with loving me. Can I see that clear reflection when I look unconsciously? All I see is need and conflict coming out from inside me. I've awakened to the truth, now see that peace on earth can be, 'cause I know that love's the only way through living consciously. Living consciously, living in love, what is that? I thought a lot about that, and what I see is that love and consciousness, to me, I define in the same way. Love and consciousness, the awareness and practice of living in non-separation and non-attachment. Living in non-separation and non-attachment. Wow, what is that? Is it possible? Think about the space you're in right now. And remember, we're always in a space. Nothing can exist without a space to contain us. Think about your relationship to the space right now. Do you feel attached to the space? Do you feel separate from the space? I think not. Because first of all, we're in the space, and if we left the space, we wouldn't apologize to it and feel badly, maybe guilt, because we left the space, since we would enter a new space. That seems obvious. How about the fact that what's going on in that space right now, whether it's a thought about someone you're angry at or you're frustrated with or you're longing for, whatever that is, do you have the same relationship with whatever that thought is or individual is, whoever you're with or thinking about, as you do with the space you're in right now? In other words, do you feel non-separate from and non-attached from? Most of us feel attached and separate, and that's what causes the conflict. And that's what causes the space to contract, and that's where we get into survival. Anytime the space inside us is getting into a contracted place, we're getting more into our survival. So the more we can experience life in the way we experience the space we're in, is the more we're going to have a life that doesn't have a reaction to it, which has caused a survival issue that has negative consequences for our well-being. In terms of it will create sadness, depression, insecurity, uncertainty, anxiety. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So the more space we can create in our lives, the less we're in that kind of survival, and the more we're in a positive way of surviving, which allows possibilities and opportunities to come into our lives.